Dear friends, we were studying about morphology of flowering plants. The same we are continuing here. So today we are studying regarding the flower. Flower is the most important part in a plant. So it is also called as an inflorescence. It is found usually at the apical part of the plant, or else on the axillary part also you can see the flowers. Now here the arrangement of flowers also you can see. First the question arises, what is inflorescence? Inflorescence, here in case of this, the floral axis continues to grow and sometimes it is producing flowers on either side in second order, or else the floral axis is ending with a single flower. Depending on that, we are naming it. Here, if suppose the floral axis is ending with the single flower, then we are calling it as the cymose type of inflorescence. Cymose or cyme. On the other hand, if suppose the floral axis continues to grow and on the lateral side, if it is producing flowers, then you people are calling it as the racemose type of inflorescence. It is called racemose type of inflorescence, or you may call it as a raceme also. Now when you are taking a typical flower, the typical flower is having different florets, or you may say it as the flower parts. First of all, the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. If suppose these four whorls if they are present, then we are calling flower as the complete flower. So what all it is required? Calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Now calyx is also called as a sepal. Corolla is also called as a petal. So, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Androecium is nothing but a stamen, gynoecium is nothing but a pistil. So, here the flowers also just see, sometimes they are unisexual or sometimes they are bisexual. If you are considering the unisexual flower, either it produces a male flower or it produces the female flower. If it is producing male flower, then the flower is called staminate and whole plant is called staminate plant. If flower is female, then you are calling flower as pistillate, or the plant is called as pistillate plant. So in this way, these are also called as unisexual plants or unisexual flowers. Sometimes the flower is containing both the sex organs, male sex organ as well as the female sex organ. Here, the male sex organ is nothing but androecium, then the female sex organ is nothing but the gynoecium. And sometimes what is happening in the flower, androecium and gynoecium both are present. Then the flower is called as bisexual flower. So like this, it classifies such a type of flowers. Now here, in case of the CET, some of the questions they are arising, and we will go one by one, and when the words are coming, I am explaining there itself. Now we will go to the first slide. Here, the flowers in the raceme or racemose are arranged. So see, the racemose type of inflorescence already told. What it is, the floral axis continues to grow. On either side of the axis, the flowers are arranged. They may be second order, they may be third order and so on. Sometimes what happens, the younger flowers are at the base and older flowers are at the top. Sometimes the younger flowers are at the top, older flowers are at the base. So like this, the different names we are using. First we will see here acropetally, acropetal order. Acropetal order in the sense, the younger flowers are at the top and older flowers are at the base. Then you people are calling the system as acropetal system, or the flowers are arranged acropetally. Now second one, basipetal or basipetally. In case of this, the younger flowers are at the base and older flowers are at the top. Then the system you are calling it as basipetal system, or the flowers are arranged basipetally. Then centripetally. Centripetally in the sense, here the younger flowers are at the center and older flowers are towards the margin. Then you people are calling it as centripetal or centripetally. Then the final is centrifugal or centrifugally. What it indicates, the younger flowers are at the margin and older flowers are at the center. Then you people are calling the system as centrifugal system. So in this way, acropetally, basipetally, centripetally, centrifugally you people are observing. And here the question is, the flowers in the raceme are arranged. In the racemose type of inflorescence, the flowers are usually arranged acropetally. So the option A is the correct answer. So you consider it as the right answer. Then we will go to the next slide. Now here, in case of this, a racemose inflorescence with sessile acropetal flowers is called. So here see, the flower when we are considering, it is having a pedicel. If pedicel is present and pedicel is attaching to the stem, then you people are not calling that flower as sessile. If suppose the pedicel is absent, the flower is directly attached to the rachis, then you are calling it as a sessile flower. Okay, now in case of this, in racemose type of inflorescence, the flowers are directly attached to the rachis and long elongated structure it is producing. Say for example, the spike type of inflorescence. In case of spike, it is long elongated floral axis. On either side, the sessile flowers are produced. And so, what the question is, a racemose inflorescence with the sessile acropetal flowers. Acropetal in the sense, the younger flowers are at the top and older flowers are at the base. So, here, the spike type of inflorescence, younger flowers are at the top and older flowers are at the base, and they are forming the elongated weak-like inflorescence. Then you people start calling it as a spike type of inflorescence, and here for this question, option A is the right answer. Now we will observe the other options also. Now corymb type. In case of corymb type, here all flowers are arranged in one layer and flat layer is formed. The rounded layer is formed. Then you are calling it as corymb. Umbel. Umbel is also the same. Whatever the flower stalks are there, depending on that, some of them they are reduced, some of them they are long. So as a result, umbrella shaped structure it is forming. Then you are calling it as umbel type of inflorescence. Racemose the floral axis continues to grow, so as a result it produces the flowers. But here the correct option is spike, that is A. We'll move to the next question. Amentum, catkin. Inflorescence is found in. Catkin inflorescence is also like that of the spike inflorescence. Here also what happens? The feathery flowers are produced. And here also the mulberry plants you can take, that is called a morus. Then populus you can take, popular it is called. Then again if you are taking cattail we are calling. Then here all these things they are showing the catkin type of inflorescence. It is usually spike type of inflorescence but hanging downward. So as a result, I can give you a nice example. The inflorescence appears like a cattail. Cattail, it is containing so many hairs. Okay, the feathery hairs you people are observing, such a type of flowers we can see on this type of inflorescence. So as a result, all of these is the correct answer. Option B, all of these is the right answer for this question. We'll move to the next. Now, the characteristic inflorescence of family Compositae sunflower is. Okay, family Compositae. Now see here the options: capitulum, then cymose head, catkin, and spadix type of inflorescence. Here, the head is formed at the top, and it appears to be a capitula-like. So as a result, here the inflorescence of family Compositae sunflower is the right answer, capitulum. Because already you people are knowing the sunflower, okay, it is expanded like anything. Broad disc you people are observing. Okay, so such type of inflorescence you are calling it as a capitulum type of inflorescence. Then cymose head, you can take an example of Mimosa pudica, touch me not plant. There the cymose head you can see. And in the same way, catkin already I explained, and spadix type of inflorescence. In case of spadix, a big bract will be formed at the lower side, and it is a leafy structure. And inside that bract, okay, male and female flowers you can see. Okay, and this outermost cover it is also called as spade here. The spade. Best example I am giving you the coconut plant, or you may take banana plant. Okay, and there the spadix inflorescence you can see there. Okay, so here right answer is option A, that is called capitulum. We are going to the next slide. Now, capitulum is modification of, okay, capitulum is modification of racemose type of inflorescence. So already I told the floral axis will be there, it continues to grow and it produces many number of flowers. So as a result here, the right answer is option A, that is racemose type of inflorescence. Already I explained you about the spike, about the spadix, but here Hypanthodium. Hypanthodium, here you can see actually the thalamus, whatever is there, it extends and it is fleshy, forming a fruit-like structure. At the tip it is having the opening. And when we are breaking it open, inside you can see many number of flowers, sometimes along with the insects. So such a type of fleshy thalamus structure you are calling it as Hypanthodium. Okay, Atti hannanna example agi tagolಬಹುದು. So in this way, Hypanthodium you can take here. But here the right answer is racemose or raceme. We'll move to the